Welcome to this evening's game. This is the 5A State Championship matchup. It is the Spanish Fork Dons, as they will be home, and the Bountiful Redhawks. And I have to remember that because of the previous mascot that got removed. I'm Mark Winterton. James Edward joining me today for this game. And James, I guess you see a lot of these softball teams. What can we expect between this matchup?
Well, Spanish Fork's definitely the favorite coming in. I mean, they've been the juggernaut for 2 years now, trying to make it 3 in a row here. They have the ace pitcher, probably the best pitcher in the entire state throwing today, so Bountiful's going to have their work cut out for them at the plate. But, you know, they're here for a reason. They're really good, too. So hopefully we get a good game tonight.
So on the mound, of course, will be Sapp.
Yeah, Avery Sapp.
Avery Sapp.
She's committed to UVU. She is a strikeout machine. She throws a wicked rise ball that, when it's on, it's really tough for any hitter in the state to hit. So that's really the story. If it's on,
she's tough.
She's very, very tough.
I actually was able to talk to her dad, and, of course, he kind of gave me a little bit of a rundown on her. She was Gatorade Player of the Year in 21, runner-up in 22, and so...
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Like I said, going to UVU, her dad played, minor league baseball. He taught her how to pitch.
Oh, he didn't tell me that.
He taught her how to pitch, so we're going to find out right away here.
Yeah, so right off the bat, here comes, this is Melissa Turpin up to bat for the Redhawks, as first one comes in, strike one. That one looked like it skipped the ground there. Up high, you can't see it a whole lot, but I think that one hit the ground, so ball one there.
Yeah, nice leadoff hitter, Turpin here. She's a... Sorry, wrong page. There you go, got a piece of it.
So a 1-2 count now.
Yeah, she's batting .372 on the season, Turpin is. You like to have that leadoff runner get on and give the meat in your lineup some opportunities.
Swing and a miss. That'll be strikeout number one. So Sapp gets started early here.
Going to be a lot of Ks in this game. Usually are. She hasn't started as much this year as she has in years past. They have some other arms they've utilized a little bit, so probably kept her a little bit fresh for the state tournament run.
This is a J.C. Alvey. Going to be a slapper for the Redhawks.
Yeah, starting first baseman, just a sophomore. She's batting .500 on the season.
I got an interesting story here from with Bountiful. They only had 15 girls try out for softball.
Really?
They took all 15. They only have 6 that actually play competitively summer ball. Well, summer ball. So the fact that they took those 15 and brought them to the state tournament, there's some good chemistry.
Yeah, for sure. That's a pretty good story. A great tradition there at Bountiful with Coach Butch Laddie.
They've got to be the oldest 2 coaches in the state, right?
Well, Calvin Bingham at Bear River, he just retired after this year. I think he's 73, 74. He closed it out with the state title, so between the 3 of them, yeah, they're definitely up there.
And the slapper gets it. Third baseman comes over to make the play.
Great throw by Peyton Hall there. She's managed that hot corner very well the last 2 years for Spanish Fork.
And so just like that, 2 away.
The left side of the Spanish Fork infield, really I should say the whole infield, but that left side in particular, they're vacuums out there. They pretty much get anything.
Well, that's where most of your hits are going to be. You've got to have.
Yeah.
And Spanish Fork, of course, always coming with a tough team. This is your pitcher here for Bountiful, Eva Stoddard.
Eva is she's the engine of this team. No question about it. As she goes, the team goes, whether it's in the circle or at the plate. She's had a strong playoffs so far, and they really need her to find a way to get on base against Avery Sapp.
It's kind of that pitcher against pitcher.
Yeah. She's batting .388 on the season, 32 RBIs, 12 doubles, and she's hit 6 home runs as well.
Next on this one, but this one's going to go foul. Right fielder comes up, almost making the play.
Almost like a phantom fence got in her way there a little bit. It looked like she had enough room, but she got close to the wall. I think she tucked her arm just a little bit.
It's like that out of the corner of her eye, she could see the wall coming and wasn't sure exactly how close it was.
Yeah.
So a 2-2 count here for Stoddard. Sapp's pitch comes in inside, makes it a full count. And a swing and a miss.
Oh.
Drop the ball, and she gets there.
Ooh.
You don't see errors like that. I can't imagine with the Spanish Fork very much.
No, not too much there. That was looked like she had plenty of time to pick it up, just bobbled it on the throw. So Ava Stoddard gets on base despite the strikeout. Which when you're catching really anyone in softball, but Avery Sapp especially with her changeup that can get in the dirt a lot and fool hitters. You know, she blocked it, just a little bobble there.
So here is the catcher for the Redhawks. Tonga Ainavai. Did I get that about right, James?
You did. You did. Looks like batting .406. 12 doubles, 5 home runs, 28 RBIs.
And she is watching, being patient. A 2-0 count now. Stoddard at first. Oh, looked like maybe a changeup, but come in high.
Good job laying off it. Like I said, with the way Avery Sapp throws that rise ball, those changeups, anything else she throws out there, it's I can't even imagine what it's like to be in the batter's box trying to find a ball to hit, knowing the rise ball could come at any time.
Tonga Ainavai with a 3-0 count, swings on that one. Make it a 3-1. But that one was right down the middle.
Yeah.
That one looked like it was just right down the middle there.
And she throws with power. I mean, some people throw rise balls, but maybe not with the same velocity.
Again,
Looked like she took just a little bit off that. And
does it call a fastball in fast pitch?
Rise ball. In all the covering I've done through the years, when it's Avery Sapp, it's a rise ball.
Tonga Ainavai with a full count here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Stoddard at first.
Big pitch here. Big moment for the Redhawks.
She'll hold off.
Wow.
And we'll take her base.
Just missed the corner. The ump stepped out like he was maybe going to punch it out, but so we'll walk there.
Yeah, I was wondering. At the same time, it looked like it was right close there to being called a ball. I mean, I can't see it very well comparatively.
Yeah.
I feel like we're so high up here.
It is high.
Great hit. Oh, and it's going to go foul. Ella Miller. And Ella is the sophomore pitcher for this Redhawks team.
Playing third base today, and she's got a good spot here. The thing about through the years covering Spanish Fork and watching Avery Sapp pitch, it's hard to string things together on her. So you really got to take advantage when opportunities are there, and you got to run her in scoring position.
Comes in high, ball 1.
Ella Miller looks batting .424 on the season. She also has 6 home runs, 35 RBIs, top RBI player on the team.
You know, you get to see a lot of these games, James. Is there a big difference in talent from 5A to 6A?
No, at the top, I don't think so. And so much of it is if you have an ace, you know, you can do great things.
And that one will be popped up. Shortstop comes in, makes the catch, and retires the Redhawks batters.
Yeah, a little simple. Little blooper to short. Got out of it easy. No damage done for Spanish Fork. Now, for me, this half inning is where we're going to find out a lot, because Spanish Fork's lineup 1 through 9 is probably the best in the state.
Lights out.
And they have power all throughout the lineup. So we're going to find out if Ava Stoddard, if she's spinning it really well. And that's really what it's going to come down to. If she's spinning it and keep the Spanish Fork hitters off balance, then I think we're going to have a game. But if they start, you know, making contact and putting balls in play. So I'm curious to see
get
what
out
happens.
of hand fast is what you're telling me.
Yeah. They didn't play this year, these two teams. They met in the playoffs last year right before the state championship series, and Spanish Fork swept them, and it really wasn't too close. So we're going to find out. But Ava Stoddard's a great pitcher. So I'm excited.
Interesting story. Ava Stoddard's grandma actually pitched boys baseball when she was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that is
up at Pocatello.
Well, Ava is the youngest of, well, her two older sisters also played at Bountiful. Her older sister, it was 2013, I think it was. So it's been a minute, about 10 years, and then her middle sister, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago.
And they've all played softball.
Yeah, they've all played softball. So definitely, she's watched a lot of state tournament games. She's played in a lot of them, being a senior.
And she is committed to College of Southern Idaho.
Yeah.
So only 2 seniors on this Bountiful team. 2 seniors for Bountiful, 4 seniors for Spanish Fork. So really, I feel like every team that's here in the championship, 6A, 5A, fairly young teams. A lot of, I guess a mixture. And
I feel like you see that quite a bit with softball, maybe unlike other sports.
I'm trying to remember if it was Harriman or Bingham, but they didn't have any juniors at all.
I think it was Harriman.
It was Harriman.
Yeah, Harriman.
Not a junior on the team, which means they'll have the same team now for the next 2 years.
Pretty much, they will lose their ace pitcher.
Right, they lose Smith, but then they've got they've got those 4 or 5 seniors, but then for the next 2 years they're going to have that exact same team. So could be deadly. Start us off here with Romero. Will be first up to bat for the Dons.
Yeah, Jade Romero, sophomore shortstop. She started every game last year. Well, I think about game 4 or 5 she took over last year as a freshman.
As a freshman.
It's her job.
Ball 1.
Thing about Jade Romero, this is a power hitting team, and she leads the team in home runs.
Really?
As the sophomore shortstop.
As the leadoff batter, too.
Yeah.
And she smacks this one. Center fielder comes away with the catch as the 2 collide. Hang on to it for out number 1.
Yeah, great range there by Miley Burns. That was a well-hit ball, and you wonder, the outfield here at BYU is a lot deeper outfield than we see at Cottonwood Complex. I don't know that's a home run at Cottonwood Complex, but that's maybe a play that she has to make right at the fence, and that becomes a little, that fence in the corner of your eye.
Right.
So the bigger outfield here definitely probably helped Miley there track that down with ease.
Lefty comes in. Usually you get the lefty slapper. She looks like she's a power hitter.
Oh, she's a power hitter for sure. Tatum Hall, 11 home runs, 36 RBI. She actually leads the team in batting with a .519 average.
Quick play there, and so far so good. Redhawks
so good.
Defensively.
Nice play there by Claire Yates at second base. But they've hit. They were good contact. They're seeing the ball well. Right now they're not finding the holes, but I'm sure Ava's thinking, okay, I got to get a little more spin. Keep them a little more off balance in the plate.
So now this is Paige Hall. Are they sisters?
Yes, Peyton Hall.
Oh, this is Peyton
Yeah.
Peyton Hall.
Peyton, she...
Sorry, I'm Paige Pierce.
Yeah.
Peyton Hall.
In the last game to get here, she 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. She's got 11 home runs on the season. Or excuse me, 10 home runs on the season. And she had 20 last year, so definitely a power hitting threat in the lineup.
And Peyton, another one of those UVU commits.
Yes. I feel
That
like
one
we're gonna,
is out of the ballpark.
I feel like we're going to say power hitter in the lineup here a lot with Spanish Fork, because it's true. I mean,
you're going to say it.
They have. I'm looking here, and I think they're a game behind on these stats, maybe a game or two. They have 57 home runs, and I think it's probably closer above 60 now.
Wow.
Great pitch, great change. Froze Peyton Hall.
What you're saying is, if you want to see some good hitting, just come watch a Spanish Fork game.
Yeah.
1-2 count here. Stoddard has her where she wants her. Outside. Ball 2.
Tried to get her to chase a little bit there, the outside pitch. Nice layoff there by Peyton Hall.
So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. And we've got a full count.
Didn't chase it again, so Peyton, I know by her own words early in the tournament, she was struggling a little bit until that last game. So for her, it's probably good to see those pitches and lay off of them.
Swings, and she will foul this one off over the visiting dugout.
Yeah, I just looked here, and indeed, those stats on Max Preps that I was looking at, they are a game behind. So she has 12 home runs on the season after the 2 she hit yesterday. In fact, the second home run she hit yesterday at Cottonwood Complex, it's a type of ball that would have hit that Y out there in the backdrop.
Oh, really? It was.
It was a bomb. It was a bomb. Into the dirt.
She will walk her. I mean, that's better than the home run.
It is. There's no let up in the lineup, though. Avery Sapp coming up. 477 hitter, 11 home runs.
Wow.
Leads the team in RBIs with 48.
These stats that you're giving me are just like, it's usually like 1 or 2 on the team, you know, but not every girl.
Well, if we look here, 9 different players have hit home runs on this team. And that's why we said, how is Ava Stoddard going to be spinning it? Because just missed the corner.
A 1-1 count here for Sapp. Again, 2 outs.
Oh.
And just past first baseman, and Hall's going to take third, and so we got runners at the corners. 2 outs, though.
Just a little check swinger squeezing through there. Looked like the first baseman was a little bit frozen on what to do. Probably if she goes to get it, it's probably not to play at the plate anyway, or at the bag anyway.
Yeah, it would have been a risk to try and go home.
So Lisa Archuleta stepping up. Only 4 home runs on the season. And I say only because the 4 batters before in the lineup all have double digit. But, you know, she's a 467 hitter. I mean, she puts the ball in play. And that's what you're looking for right here. Just anything, find a hole, get a run in.
Archuleta will be playing first base for the Dons today. Foul ball. So Hall will stay at third, and at first is a speed-up runner. Who'd we get as the speed-up runner there at first? That is Shelby Shepard. Did you already say that?
No, I was just catching the number there too.
One count. Be a ball 2. So 2-1 count. You know, people, that's one thing they say, oh, softball a lot faster, but really it's the only difference is you don't have to continually try and throw out the first baseman like in baseball.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. That's going to give us ball 3 there.
Outside. Paige Pierce just waiting in the on deck circle. We should get up with loaded bases here if we get another ball.
And that'll come in ball 4.
Yep.
So load the bases, and here comes Pierce. Pierce committed to Colby Community College.
She's a senior. She's batting .397. 21 ribbies, couple home runs, 7 doubles. But again, she's just the type of hitter down this lineup that, you know, a lot of times, you know, in baseball, softball, the stronger hitters up top in the middle and a little bit weaker down below, but there's no easy ones in this Spanish lineup.
Well, Stoddard hasn't allowed a run yet, and with 2 outs, but bases loaded, this is where you see what she's got.
You can kind of sense there that she threw that one with a little more oomph.
That was a fast
ball. I think she was trying to spin it and keep it off balance the previous hitters, but
makes connection. Right fielder coming in.
Ooh.
Ugh. Foul ball.
Yeah. Gets the count 0-2 though.
And so, see if Pierce can work her way out of this hole.
Yeah, I think. Well, she's obviously with Ava Stoddard now that, you know, everything's in your favor now. I'd be surprised if she shoot one of those straight fastballs like the previous couple.
Oh, and she gets her to swing. Outside pitch, strike 3. And with bases loaded, the Redhawks excited. Look at the excitement there as they. And we'll go to inning number 2 coming back.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Yeah, we are back. Start the second inning here. Mark Winterton, along with James Edward, is bringing you this 5A state championship with, it is the Redhawks taking on the Dons of Spanish Fork. Bountiful and Spanish Fork.
Number 1 and 2 seeds. Here we are in the championship series. Ooh.
Popped up to left field, make out number 1.
Good contact by left fielder there. Bo Hoff just got under it a little bit.
That was I gotta go to the right roster first. That's my problem.
Frankie Galena.
Thank you.
Stepping into the batter's box here.
Oh, that was Hoff before that, right?
Yeah. Designated player Frankie Galena.
The ball 1 there.
She's a junior. Just batting .262, 12 RBIs.
Don't look like it was down the middle. Must have come in low.
And this is really for Bountiful. They're not as loaded 1 through 9 as Spanish Fork is in the lineup. So this is really where they can make an impact if they can get a little production of this bottom half, get a few base runners maybe, coming back to the top half of the lineup.
What is the deal with that hat down there? Just looking at the hat there, yeah, the Redhawks. Redhawks.
I think it's an octopus.
Oh, no, you're looking at the other one. There's the colorful one.
Oh, yeah. It's just a cowboy hat, right, with lots of flowers on it.
Decor.
Yeah. The prop game in the dugouts for softball is next level.
I didn't realize it was a thing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you noticed Harriman's dugout earlier. They had an inflatable horse. They had oars. They had life jackets. Actually, I don't know if they brought those to this because it was all about
yeah,
because
that was to get to the ship.
Yeah, so they probably didn't bring them.
Yeah.
They're already
Full
here.
count here. And she is going to walk her.
Big walk by Frankie there. Getting on base.
So 1 out. Here comes Claire Yates. Claire Yates, the second baseman for the Redhawks.
Yeah, just a sophomore. Batting .254. Lefty here.
A slapper.
Yeah. Peyton Hall in pretty close there at third base for Spanish Fork.
They all play pretty far up, don't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess if you're going to slap it,
you
right?
definitely know it's coming.
Well, and as a slapper, you just want to be able to knock it over the top of them.
Yeah. Or
right?
find that hole just between short and third. 1 out here. Number 8 hitter. Number 9, Miley Burns on deck, and then back to the top. Chase that one a little bit.
So a 1-2 count here against Yates. And Yates will strike out, so now 2 away, and here comes Burns. Burns, the center fielder.
And that great catch in the first inning, tracking that down. Junior center fielder.
Almost collided with her right fielder teammate. Really good eye. Like, that's some good concentration right there.
Yeah. Well, it's her ball. I'm center fielder. It's their ball. Right fielder needs to get out of the way.
Good eye. There's 2 balls, no strikes. Here with 2 outs, 1 on runner at first. And Galena. 2-1 count against Yates.
Galena in the game to get here the other day, or yesterday. She 0 for 3 at the plate, but she had a key RBI in that win over Salem Hills. That was a grind. Bountiful, they were down 3-0 in that game just yesterday. Rallied for that 5-3 win. Otherwise, they'd have had to show up here at 1 o'clock and play Salem Hills again for a chance to get this showdown with Spanish Fork.
So full count now here for Claire Yates. Saps pitch. Gonna hit the dirt there.
Yeah.
A little bit of a changeup that she was trying for, but didn't get the enough speed to come across the plate.
You walk the number 9 hitter. Now you're back to the top of the lineup with Melissa Turpin. She did strike her out the first time at bat, but I'm surprised that Avery Sapp didn't attack her a little bit more and allowed a walk.
Great hit. Right fielder comes in and makes the catch and retires the Redhawks.
Audrey Overturf, a nice play out there in right field for Spanish Fork. had eyes for the line. It might have been foul, but
Yeah, so Spanish Fork's got 3 committed, and then Ellie Olson is, she's got several colleges talking to her, but she has not committed yet.
and we know Jade Romero and Tatum Hall are going to be their college softball players as well.
Really?
So this lineup,
But they're younger.
Jade's a sophomore and
Yeah.
Tatum is a junior. So, but I mean, Spanish Fork, I mean, their tradition in the diamond sports, baseball or softball, I mean,
They're tough.
they're very, very tough. Really,
Yeah,
that whole part of South Utah County.
I mean, you
they-
think all 4 seniors are going to play some
Yeah.
college ball
Yeah.
here. Stoddard, of course, to stay on the mound.
And yesterday, Stoddard in that game against Salem Hills, she didn't start the game, and when she entered, they were down 3-0, and she didn't allow a run the rest of the last 5 innings, struck out 10. So she was really spinning it well. She said was really feeling it. So for her sake and Bountiful, I'm sure they're hoping she has kind of that same spin. And, you know, she got out of the first inning, got out of the meat of the lineup for Spanish Fork,
Yeah.
unscathed. So we're still scoreless, bottom of the second.
Swing and a miss there. This is Olson, Ellie Olson. As I mentioned, this is the one senior that hasn't committed to where she's going to play college ball.
Yeah, she's batting .392. 5 doubles, 3 triples, 3 home runs.
It's just a culture. It becomes a culture, is what it is.
Absolutely.
It's like mom and dad play, and
Well, and you talk about Jade Romero. I mean, her older brothers all played baseball. She grew up playing baseball. I mean, that's what she played.
was baseball in
Was
the younger
baseball,
years.
Yeah, with, you know, just that's, she played with the boys. She played baseball, so, but she couldn't wait to start playing high school softball. And they knew she was coming up. The coaches knew. They didn't start her from day one, like we said earlier. It was about, I think they played in a Spanish or a St. George tournament to start last season, and they eased her in, and then really by week 3 or 4, she was in there. And it's like the culture, just the culture of baseball, softball down there.
That's got to be as there's a strikeout, amazing strikeout there by Stoddard, but that's got to be a little bit different though. See, the pitch different? I mean, if you're used to baseball and the overhand, and now all of a sudden it's coming underhand, is there?
That's a good point.
I wonder how the transition is, and of course she'd be the one to tell us.
Yeah.
Yes, here comes Pinter. Oh, I don't know if that was a changeup. Seemed like she hesitated on her swing as she came through.
Yeah, nice pitch by Stoddard. Kept her off balance there.
Here's some excitement over at the baseball game. It's Viewmont and Lehigh being played behind us in a semifinal game.
Yeah, that was an exciting game last night. Viewmont, I think it was scored 6 runs in the top of the 7th inning to rally over Lehigh to force this if game today. Winner goes to the 5A Championship Series to take on Timpanogos in the baseball. Timpanogos won earlier.
Well, I like how they do that in these bigger classifications where you get into the championship and then it's basically still now it resets all those losses.
Yeah.
It's not just a double elimination tournament like the smaller classifications.
Definitely like the NCAA the way they do that with the regionals and then the bracket play
and truthfully, I understand why they do it. Where you get the bigger high schools, they can get the pitch count, whereas as that ball is going to go over the top of us, in these smaller programs, they just don't have the pitchers to
the arms and a little bit the travel. It's a lot more travel.
That's true. That is true.
Two-way, you're asking
that's
San Juan to drive up.
Oh yeah,
a lot. That's
1-2 count here, 1 out. Stoddard pitch. Going to make a contact. Second baseman drops back and makes the catch.
Nice play there for Claire Yates. Tracked it well, had an eye on it the whole time.
And really, so 15, that's all Bountiful had try out for the softball team. All 15, of course, are taken. It's the chemistry. I mean,
absolutely. And if you have an ace pitcher like they have with Ava Stoddard, it's easy to rally behind that for sure. And the kids to see that success. Because she can pitch you to wins. She did. She does a lot. And they have another pitcher this year, Ella Miller. She's pitched as well. I think she was 9-1 on the year to kind of share the load a little bit. But in a big game like this, I mean, you're definitely going to throw out your ace. Number 9 hitter, Leah Higginson.
Both those pitches were close. The one must have been low, the other one inside a little bit. 2 balls here.
Just a freshman here, batting 300.
Well, she's patient in there. Boy, is she.
And she's only has about 20, probably 24 plate appearances. They have her for 21.
At bats?
Yeah, so definitely a freshman that they've eased in. So we'll see how she handles this.
Oh, she gets the strike there. So a 2-2 count now here.
And this is where if you're Ava Stoddard, you know who's up. You know who's on deck. You have 2 outs. You attack the batter, try and get out of the inning, so Jade Romero comes up with no one on base.
Higginson, center fielder, and she barely goes foul.
She made good contact there, just down the line. And Ava went after, and Higginson was ready. That was a great pitch, and she was an inch away from being standing maybe on third with Jade Romero.
Yeah, that's a tough ball to get to. You're gonna have to run that one down. Foul ball.
Good at bat, staying alive. You can see why the freshman is in the starting lineup of a state championship game with those last 2 swings, making good contact, making Bountiful's senior starter work.
Stoddard delivers. Full count. Come in I guess a little bit high there.
Well, here we go. Avery Sapp had the number 9 hitter up, and she walked her. Let's see what Ava Stoddard does with the Spanish Fork number 9 hitter.
Oh, that looked like a strike.
Must have been up.
Must have come high.
Must have up, and she walks as well.
And so back to Romero.
Great at-bat by the freshman there to get on base.
Some patience, right?
Yeah. Fouled off some key pitches, nearly doubled, tripled down the line, and then laid off the last 2. And back to the top of the lineup, Jade Romero. She flied out, hit the ball well to center field, but it was tracked down.
Strike 1. Strike 2.
Change up froze.
Yeah.
Romero. She was sitting on something else.
Yeah, it froze her up. The perfect pitch. Fastball.
Finds the hole. She'll take third base. Higginson. Oh, yeah, no one's at first. Jade knew exactly what she was doing. And now you face the leading hitter on the team, Tatum Hall, batting .519 on the season. Runners at the corners. This is what makes Spanish Fork so difficult.
Well, last time Stoddard was in this predicament, she got out of it. 2 outs. Of course, she loaded the bases.
Yep.
And then got out of it.
Catcher tried to frame that one up, but just a little outside. Haven't seen a lot of outside strikes called. It's definitely it's a tight strike zone. Which as long as it's consistent and the pitchers know and the catchers know, that's fine.
Ball up. 2. Again, that's Romero at first, Higginson at third. 2 outs, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And
change up, nice change up there. Tatum Hall grounded out to second in her first at bat in the first inning. Hard hit ball.
And she'll be with a 2-2 count here. 2 outs.
Just looking to put a ball in play, get a run across home, and then do what Spanish Fork has done all year. We'll see if they can keep it up.
Stoddard, high, ball 3. Full count here. Full count, 2 outs with runners at the corners.
Should see Jade Romero in motion here.
Foul ball.
It is just hard to get pitches past these guys. Tatum Hall, Peyton Hall, Avery Sabb, Jade Romero. I mean, rarely do you see them miss something down the pipe.
Just a tough lineup through and through here. There's Starter's pitch. Comes in changeup, and she strikes her out. The changeup strikes her out, and we're still zeros after 2.
Look at the excitement. Changeup on a full count strikes her out.
We're back after this quick break.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Welcome back. It is the start of the 3rd inning here. This is in this 5A state championship between the Lady Dons and the Redhawks from Bountiful. As we're zeros here. I'm Mark Winterton along with James Edward joining me.
Got the number 2 hitter up, JC Alves. She grounded out to 3rd in the first inning. Really, I mean, is this the perfect night for softball?
Oh,
we have overcast, we have perfect temperatures, we're in a beautiful college softball stadium.
It really is. Best conditions you can find. And these 2 amazing pitchers. Look at that hesitation on that changeup. Gets her out number 1.
Yeah, little ground out to Jade Romero. And honestly, anyone who was involved with any high school sports this spring knows how miserable March was for weather. And even half of April.
I mean,
so the fact that you're playing on a perfect night in a championship game is...
Some teams didn't even have fields still in March. They're covered in snow. Yeah, we went from a foot of snow to this now.
Yeah.
Here just 2 months later.
Everyone was just scrambling.
It's like, hey, can we get into the tournament down in St. George too?
Oh, slaps it down the line.
Stoddard.
There you go.
And she is really
fired up.
Big.
And
she's got the Spirit Award here.
Yeah, absolutely. You need her, like I said at the start of the game, you need her hitting, you need her pitching, you need her doing everything. And she doesn't have to carry the team, but in a sense, she kind of does have to carry the team. And then everyone fall in, do their job behind her.
Boy, her pitching she's saved the day now in 2 innings where it looked like the Dons were going to score. And she got them out of that.
Yeah. What a gutty changeup to throw there to Tatum Hall with a full count, knowing that if you miss and she lays off it, bases are loaded for one of the best power hitters in the history of the state of Utah.
Yeah.
But
it completely threw Hall off.
Yeah. And that's the confidence right there that Ava Stoddard has. I mean, she's a senior. She's been doing this for 3 years. Can't say 4, missed the COVID season. But, I mean, she's been a varsity pitcher for 3 years.
Yeah, they canceled that.
Yeah, entire spring season.
The whole 2020 spring season, huh?
Few teams got a couple games in down in St. George. Yeah, pretty wild. In fact, I was talking with one of the high school coaches this week at softball and going, isn't it? I mean, these seniors, they were the ones, it was freshmen that endured that, but next year, everyone that was part of that will have graduated and moved on, and
it's a thing of the past.
Yeah, you're back having 4-year type of players.
Really, in softball, baseball was the only sport to be affected by that in Utah. In Utah, well, I guess all of the spring sports. I should say all spring sports. We got to throw in soccer.
And that was the first year that lacrosse was supposed to be a sanctioned sport, the UHSAA, and that was and track and tennis and golf. I mean, it was a long time ago. It makes nights like this just, I'm sure, all the more sweet for those who were a part of that, the coaches especially.
Yeah, these seniors now were freshmen then, and they definitely appreciate it.
Ella Miller stepping in.
Strike one there.
2 outs. She grounded to short her last time up.
This is your other pitcher for the Redhawks.
Yeah.
Oh, and she'll strike there. That's number 2. So a 1-2 count, 2 outs here against the Redhawks.
Sapp already has 4 strikeouts in the game. Looking for number 5 here to end the inning. And that's what she does. Strikeout machine, Avery Sapp. 5 strikeouts already.
So we will move to the bottom of the 3rd. Yeah, Spanish will be up to hit. But, man, Stoddard has just retired.
She's done a good job, and she's done what she knows she's going to have to do, and she knows she's going to be pitching with runners on base. I mean, it's just Spanish Fork is too good to not have runners on base. And both times it's happened in the 1st and 2nd inning, and she's got out of it with inning-ending strikeouts. So she's spinning it well. Change up, at least we know on that one at-bat was working well. You never really know until you talk to them after what they're really feeling. I know in the last game she said I was spinning it really well. And I know she's not going to want to attack the heart of this lineup. Really 1 through 5, 1 through 6.
When you say attack, meaning?
Throw the fastball, throw the rise ball, throw something hard, because these hitters are so good, they rarely swing and miss. And if you're throwing hard and they make contact, that's why those top 4 hitters in that Spanish Fork lineup have all double-digit home runs.
So that's
30, 40, 50 RBIs.
So she's got to use her senior experience to strategize through that part of the lineup.
And even right here, Peyton Hall coming up, leadoff hitter. She walked the first time at bat. 1 swing, and Peyton Hall can put Spanish Fork ahead. So that's why she looked for a lot of spins, changeups. She's unlikely to throw heaters, as we can see right there. Tries to throw a change on the first pitch. Missed, just ball 1. Every once in a while you can throw that in there and catch him, but Tried it. Just like I said, missed the corner, and corners are tight tonight.
Decent, I was going to say decent turnout out down here in the stands where you got graduations and whatnot all over the county. And in fact, I think next door they had Mountain View's graduation.
Was it Mountain View? I didn't know if it was Cedar Valley or Mountain View.
I think that's what they said. Someone said Mountain View. Into the dirt with ball 3.
It's a funny story about Peyton Hall. She, yesterday at Cottonwood Complex, a lot of times players wear face paint and all that. And it's always black. And she asked her coach, can we wear pink? So she ordered pink face paint. And she said it showed up on the doorstep the night before via Amazon, and everyone wore pink face paint for Spanish Fork yesterday. So, and then we asked her, whose idea was that? And Peyton very proudly said, it was my idea. So, senior leader right there. Mixing it up with some pink face paint yesterday.
I like it.
And once again, gets on base with a ball. Or a walk.
Stoddard, ball 1 here.
Avery Sapp up. She singled first time out.
Pitcher against pitcher.
Yeah. And this is if you're Bountiful, this is played out exactly how you had hoped it would. Stoddard's pitching well. She's keeping Spanish Fork hitters off balance.
And there's zeros.
Zeros. It's going to be a little. Bountiful's going to have to, find a way to score runs. But they're still in the game instead of a lot of times Spanish Fork's buried a team by the first or second inning.
Oh, and this one, I couldn't tell if it must have come off the bat.
Yeah, Avery Sapp laying a bunt down. Coach Natalie Jarvis, she's having her number 4 hitter maybe sacrificed there. But at this point you do whatever you got to do to move the runner. And that one caught the corner.
Strike 2.
And that last sequence there where maybe she's getting Avery Sapp to lay a bunt down, that just, Coach Jarvis at Spanish Fork, she's recognizing that, hey, we may have to kind of manufacture runs a little bit, move runners station to station. We might not win with power. Chess match a little bit.
Yeah. You can't just go out there and power it and get it done. Instead, they're, like you say, a chess match. There's got to be some strategy. And she swings, strikes her out. That'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Ava Stoddard attacked her on that one. You could see her throw that outside fastball. Probably just off the plate a little. Avery just missed it. Get the number 4 hitter, strike out. And now stepping up, Elise Archuleta. She walked her first time up, first baseman.
And she'll swing on this one, finding the hole. Right fielder. And that'll put runners at the corner again with 1 out.
We've been here, we've seen this. And
well, this is where, are we going to see Archuleta? Does she have the speed enough to try and steal second, then allowing Hall to come in?
We might be getting a pinch runner here for Archuleta. Looks like we are. I think she ran for it earlier. Who was that? It was Shelby Shepard, I believe it was.
That's right. Yes, it was.
And really, that last sequence there, the right fielder for Bountiful, probably instinctively she wants to try and throw to third to get Peyton Hall, but she hit her cutoff man to make sure that Archuleta didn't move to second. Now you keep him at the corners instead of second and third.
So this is Bailey Smith now.
Bailey Smith.
But that is what's being told here. Is she going to go right off the pitch to try and bring a runner in? And, of course, the smart thing would be to just let her go.
Yeah.
Don't make the throw.
Oh.
And so they get on base and they score a run also.
Fielder's choice RBI there for Paige Pierce.
She was already almost to home. That was an easy out.
Yeah.
Take it.
And really probably just obviously a mental mistake there to not take the out, acknowledge that, hey, you know what, we can't get that. Let it score, get the out.
Get the out, and now we're 2 away. And
now it's still 1 out, 2 on. Ellie Olsen coming up. And really, that's the type of out that, or the run that scores because you moved a runner from first to third on a ground or on a single to right field. I mean, just they can beat you with power, and then they can also small ball you and do it that way if they need to.
Strike 2. So 0-2 count here against Ellie Olsen.
She struck out the first time at bat.
And Stoddard gonna strike out Olsen. So second strikeout against Olsen then.
Yeah, it felt like she dug a little deep on that one to try and throw it by her. That is her fifth strikeout of the game for Ava Stoddard. So she's definitely, she's pitching well. Absolutely, yes, she's down 1-0 and Spanish has 4 hits, but she's making the pitches when she needs to. Even the run was scored just on a little dink hit to the first baseman.
Strike 1.
Ellie Pinter, she popped out to the second baseman her first time up in the second inning.
Reaching for that one.
418 hitter, reached a little bit out on that one. Now 0-2 count, and this is where Ava Stoddard's got all the pitches in her arsenal that she'd like to throw to try and get out of this and keep it, a 1-run deficit.
Well, get another strikeout. 0-2 count. 2 outs, and she'll get her to swing, and that is the third, or the for the third out.
Fired up again. She's retired. Ended the inning with a strikeout all 3 innings.
We'll be back after this quick break.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Welcome back to this evening's state championship game here between Spanish Fork and Bountiful in this 5A classification matchup. Of course, game 1. Game 2 will be tomorrow. This game is going to be at 1:30, I think.
Yeah, 1:30. Bo Hoff stepping into the batter's box here. She flew out to left field in her first time up.
And I got to say, we were a little worried about the weather as the storm kind of blew in. Looked like maybe it was going to rain on us. And it just stuck to the mountains, and now we've got a little sunshine off in the distance. But
all week, every sport, all 5, there's 5 sports going on right now. And all 5 have had to deal with some type of weather condition. Lightning, rain, whatever it is.
Sapp Quickly a 1-2 count here.
Hoff is the number 6 hitter in the lineup.
Easy out there. Third baseman makes the throw.
Yeah, left side of the infield. Doing a great job there.
And the Dons really, it doesn't seem like have been pressed too much by the Redhawks as far as the hitting.
No, just have the one hit from Ava Stoddard in the last inning. You know, a few walks there in the second inning, put a couple on. But yeah, not too much. Frankie Galena stepping in. Designated player. She had one of those 3 walks so far from Avery Sapp. She'll try to get on base again. Oh,
a nice hit.
Oh.
And that one's going to go to the fence. She'll round. We'll see if she goes third. She's going to stay up.
Stay there. And really, the center fielder there for Spanish Fork was very shallow. Higginson, you could tell, obviously the coaches told her to play shallow. Number 7 hitter, they weren't too worried about her power, and she met the power of Avery Sapp's pitch and put it in the gap. Now she's down at second with 1 out.
Great hit, and here comes Claire Yates.
Slapper, you can see the infield way in there, left side. Out the corner.
She didn't make motion of slapping there. She's not necessarily standing too far back in the batter's box.
Yeah,
but 2 straight strikes there.
2 rise balls there. Caught her looking both times now. Avery can throw anything.
And she will strike her out.
Bat stayed on the shoulder, all 3 pitches there.
Here comes Miley Burns.
And number 9 hitter. Just try to find a way for her to get on base, and then you're back to the top of the lineup with Melissa Turpin. Oh, trying to steal. Oh,
she got it. What a steal.
Yeah.
Coach saw something and communicated to his runner.
Stolen base there by Turpin.
Oh, here comes a baseball over the top. Almost struck that couple down there. It bounces right into his hands. He's just like, where'd this come from?
Yeah, the baseball softball complex. It was scoreless over there earlier. Through a couple innings. Fun day. You got 3 lacrosse championship games going on in Harriman. You had 2 soccer championship games going on in Sandy, and we got
graduation.
Yeah, graduation. Missed. Must have been up a little bit.
It may have been up and maybe inside.
Maybe
I couldn't.
A little.
2-1 count. Yeah, sometimes I need to watch a different screen. Sometimes watching, I don't like to watch it from the TV. I prefer to watch it from what I can see, but
yeah.
We're not the best view at this point. Too high.
Yeah. Miley Burns worked. Nice at bat here. 2-2 count.
Yeah, and Galena in scoring position. 2 outs. Need a base hit. Bring in a runner. Oh, and she swings on it.
Got her on the change, it looked like. Strikeout number 7.
7 for Sapp. So at the Bountiful had a chance to get a runner on the board here in the top of the 4th. Instead, leave her on.
And that's what I've covered Spanish Fork the last 3 years during their 2 state championships coming into this, and with Avery Sapp, it's always been it's hard to string multiple hits together against her. Yes, you got a great double by Frankie Galena to the wall, but just because you have someone stand on second base, you still have to get another hit, and that's what becomes so difficult whenever you're facing her, because rarely are teams able to string that together against her.
Phenomenal pitcher, but I can't say enough about Stoddard right now as far as how many batters or runners she has left on base so far.
Yeah,
as far as Spanish Fork has left a bunch of runners on base already against her in 3 innings.
Yeah, she faced 6 batters in the first, 5 in the second, and 6 in the third. So she has not had a 1-2-3 inning or a 1-2-3-4 inning. She's definitely had to work. But you got the number 9 hitter stepping up here, who walked in her first at bat in the second inning. Leah Higginson.
Higginson, the center fielder for the Dons. And strike one.
She had that slap down the right field line earlier that just missed.
Ball one. So 1-1 count now here on Higginson. I just looked down and there's a dad dancing down here.
Oh, yeah. He's
the daughter next to him, and maybe not his daughter, granddaughter. She looked over and had these eyes like, I am so embarrassed. And Stoddard strikes Higginson out for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, nice strikeout there by Stoddard. Is that number 6 for her? 7. She's 7. So both pitchers on 7 strikeouts right now. And it's kind of what Bountiful needs. They need to have her dialed in, and she is. Now, was any run production going to come?
I feel like that's the big difference. I mean, obvious reasons, because of the pitch count and everything, and the base pitcher can't stay in forever, but you get to the championship game, it really is on that pitcher.
Oh,
who's got the better pitcher?
Yeah, and today, Avery, little better resume, but Ava Starr is very capable, and that's why we're seeing a 1-0 game here. And I was just looking, Spanish Fork, they've shut out 9 opponents this year, so they've had a fair share of shutouts, but a lot of times, the opponents scoring 1 run.
Their hitting statistics speak for themselves.
Yeah.
Because if you can't catch you can't beat what you can't catch type of thing.
But I mean, so many of their score lines, they're 12-0, 13-1, 15-0. I mean, they have it all. They have the pitching and the hitting, and that's why they are the number 1 seed and the big favorite to three-peat here this weekend at BYU.
Stoddard with a 3-0 count. It's a strike, and she'll get this one. Making connection, foul ball. It's going to give us a full count here.
Jade Romero just missed that one down the right field line. She's 1 for 2 today. She had that single in the second inning and then led off the game with that fly out to center field that was chased down in the gap. And just a sophomore, and this is her 3rd state championship game appearance.
She just looks like a baseball player. You're telling us about that, and she really does. She has that baseball.
Well, and just like you want from your leadoff hitter, get on base, hit, walk, whatever it is, get on. And now Ava Stoddard knows what's coming up. The 3-4 hitter, or the 2-3-4 hitters of Spanish Fork are the best 2-3-4 hitters in the state. The numbers speak for that, so let's see what she can do here.
Well, in watching Stoddard, her style of pitch, you don't know what's coming.
Caught the corner there on Tatum Hall.
So it's not like, I've seen what you got.
Yeah. Tatum had a little look like there was wanting to lay down the bunt there. The infield was moving in. Everyone was moving.
Very well coached team. It's going to be a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th.
Tatum Hall 0 for 2 so far. She had a strikeout in the second, grounded out the second in the first. Leads the team in batting average.
And what a hit. Great catch there by the second baseman.
Yeah, great play by Claire the H. Really right spot, right time. I mean, she had to stick her glove out and make the catch. She did. It was hit a little too hard. Well, the runner didn't come too far off first to double her up. So
no.
Just got the two. But again,
but a heads up play. I mean, they went through, they did exactly what they needed to. It's just Romero she stayed close.
Now Peyton Hall steps in.
Strike one.
2 walks today. She's doing a good job of laying off.
And she's going to find herself. Oh, close there. Kids, children, children.
Yeah, I mean, it missed her by like 10 feet, but there was a moment of,
it was going in her general direction.
A child standing against the fence all alone.
So she walked her first 2 bats, and now she finds herself 0-2 count here. Stoddard goes outside.
Stolen base there by Jade Romero.
And it's from Romero in scoring position.
And now just like that, you got to run her in scoring position with one of your RBI machines up there. But she is facing a 1-2 count.
And here comes the 1-2 pitch. Right up the middle, it looked like, and she pops this one high. Right fielder is there. She makes the catch, and that'll be the 3rd out. And so after 4 innings, it's still Spanish Fork 1, Bountiful nothing. We'll be back after this break.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a
Beautiful weather here at Gail Miller Field at BYU. As you can see, the sun that is in our eyes.
Yeah.
But
hey, and quick little note, the field behind us, Viewmont up 2-0 on Lehigh in an elimination game.
Yeah.
For a chance in the championship. That would
the winner goes to the championship.
Yeah, that would be a huge upset. So what a fun night here. We got a little baseball state tournament. We got a little softball right back to back.
What inning are they over there?
They're in the 5th inning.
So we're going into the top of the 5th. Mark Winterton here with James Edward joining me, and the first hit there, foul ball.
We're back to the top of the lineup here. Melissa Turpin in the 5th inning.
Second pitch.
Just missed. She's 0 for 2. She struck out her first time out and then flew out to right field second time up.
And she will foul off again. This time spectators at least see it.
Well, making good contact. Melissa Turpin seeing the pitches.
High, ball 2.
Avery Sapp in the circle for Spanish Fork. 7 strikeouts so far. Just the 2 hits, and really, last inning was the only time maybe Bountiful was threatening with the runner at second and 1 out.
What a hit.
Ripped.
And that is going to go over the center fielder, hits the wall. And she will get a double on that one. Great hit there by Turpin.
Lead-off double. It's exactly what you need. Get runners on, and now you have your 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up. Melissa Turpin, great at bat. She just missed on a couple of those as she fouled off. That was her 8th double of the season. And now stepping in, JC Alvey, 500 hitter, top average on the team. Grounded out her previous 2 times. Count here.
There's the 0-1 pitch, and it'll be fouled off. So a 0-2. Now she's going to have to fight her way out of this hole.
On deck.
Or just hit it and get on base.
Yeah.
That's easy enough.
Ava Stoddard in the batters, or in the on deck circle.
Swing, and she will continue to fight. Another foul ball.
Made contact on the rise ball, it looked like.
We've said it all night, but this weather is awesome, by the way. Sun's coming in on us, right in our eyes, but it's still.
Ooh, again, rise ball looked like just made enough contact, foul it off.
She is just staying alive in there. What's that, 4 now?
Yeah.
4 foul balls?
4 foul balls, still 0-2.
In fact, she swung at everything. 4 pitches, she swung on all of them, touched them all. Oh! And she gets that one, still staying alive. 5 pitches, 5 fouls.
I hear a lot of noise going on over the baseball game.
Is that coming from there or from here?
Sounds like Lehigh scored. It's 2-1 now over there.
I just figured maybe it was everyone pitching or yelling for Alvey as she continues.
I believe that's 6 foul balls.
That is 6 foul balls in a row.
This is quite the at-bat.
0-2 count, 6 pitches, and no outs as Turpin on second in. Alvey now connects connection.
Hey, that's a great at-bat. She moved the runner to third. You have a runner standing at third now with 1 out, and you have your best hitter coming to the plate in a 1-run game. That is a fantastic at-bat for Alvey.
6 swings she connected, or she hit, at least touched the ball all 6 times. No balls, by the way. Oh, I mean,
that was an at-bat.
As Stoddard now continues, swing away. It felt wrong not to swing. That's. I mean, I never played much baseball, but when I did, that's exactly how I felt. It just want to swing at them all. And again, that's 9 straight pitches that the batter has swung at all of them and touched the ball.
Yep. At the double. 7 for.
Oh, and she strikes her out.
That was a big strikeout, number 8 for Avery Sapp.
Athena Tonga-Onavai, the catcher for the Redhawks.
Stepping in. She's 0 for 2. Struck out 0 for 1. Struck out her first at bat. She walked in the first inning.
We got some action going on that baseball game back behind us.
More noise behind us.
There's ball 1. We haven't seen a ball in 10 pitches.
They may have been balls, but the batters all swung at them.
and they hit. They got a piece of the ball, at least. 2-0 count here. Tonga-Onavai. Patience, and she'll take ball 3. So now Sapp finds herself in the hole here.
3-0.
Here comes the heat by Sapp, right down the middle, strike one.
Definitely looked like she had the take sign there from Coach Laddie.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
She'll take her base, and here comes Miller.
She laid off the chains, drew the walk. Now you got runners to the corners. Ella Miller, she's 0 for 2. She struck out her last time at bat to end the third inning. Grounded out her first time at bat.
Love to take away that Stoddard strikeout right now.
Yeah. Well, now it's just power. She threw it hard. Ava swung hard. And the pitcher won that one.
Yeah. Which pitcher? I mean, we know.
Yeah.
That was a rhetorical question.
Courtesy runner here. Looks like, is that number 8 coming in?
Yeah, Tonga Onavai's got to get her catcher gear on.
Yeah. Allie Trump. Courtesy runner at first. It's all about the runner at third. That's chances against
Pretty
Spanish
much.
Fork and Avery Sapp are hard to come by when you got one. I was going to say 90 feet, but I know it's not 90 feet in softball. 60 feet?
60 feet, yeah. Yeah, 60 feet in softball, right? Swing and a miss there.
Like the rise ball got her.
Strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Miller. That one comes in a little high, so it'll be ball 2.
Number 5 hitter here for Bountiful.
That one is it inside? I think it come in just a little inside.
Wow, that's a hard pitch to lay off. 3-1 now.
Again, they're more patient than I am. Oh, and that is going to be the third out there. Archuleta making the grab.
Catch in foul territory there. Avery Sapp gets out of the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, that's a tough one when you've got a runner in scoring position so close yet so far away, right? But
well, we're here. 5A state championship game 1 earlier today. It's 6A state championship game 1. Bingham beat Harriman 3-0. That's the 8th straight win for Bingham over Harriman, dating back like 4 years.
Really?
Yep, they beat him 8 straight times, which is
well, they've got to beat him one more for the state
time.
championship tomorrow morning.
Yeah, haven't won it since 2010. So Bingham's in the driver's circle there, and then we had soccer state championships over at America First Field today, and Wasatch won the 5A title, and we had Syracuse win the 6A title.
This is boys, right? Boys soccer.
Yeah. So this is the week. It all wraps up now. Lacrosse girls state titles also today. We had Lone Peak beat Mountain Ridge in 6A, and currently going on we have Park City and Olympus in 5A, and we got baseball semifinals next door, and so it's all wrapping up.
Yeah, they'll finish up the baseball.
There'll be game 1
finals
tomorrow at UVU, and then game 2 on Saturday.
And are they doing those at UVU then?
Yeah, they're switching over to UVU. Well, right now 6A is at UVU, and then they'll both be at UVU for the championship. Game 1's tomorrow, and here we are. Avery Sapp stepping in, bottom of the 5th. She's 1 for 2. She had that single in the first inning, then struck out her last at bat. She gets a hold of that one.
Right fielder comes in, makes the grab, and that'll be out number 1 here. So Bountiful continuing to stay in here, really just keeping it a tight game.
Yeah.
I mean, just a one-run game.
Yeah. And they've had they've had runners in scoring position the last 2 innings with a chance to maybe bring that tying run in. Haven't quite got the hit, but they'll have 2 more chances. Elise Archuleta stepping in. She's 1 for 2. She had that big single in the last 2 innings ago, and she walked in the first inning.
How much talk does the catcher have with those hitters down there, do you think, in softball?
I don't think too much.
You know, because I ref wrestling.
Oh, yeah?
And the talk, you don't get much talk between boys. But the girls talk to each other quite a bit.
Wow, interesting.
They talk a lot, and it's all compliments.
Huh.
Usually it's, oh, you're so pretty. Oh, you're so strong. You know, always compliments.
Yeah.
And so I wonder what it's like in softball as far as, you know, does that catcher talking a lot to, and as far as an umpire, do they try to keep the talk at a minimum?
I would imagine.
In boys, I bet you they do.
Yeah.
Because boys can be.
Yeah. I think it might just be a courtesy hello, because a lot of these players know each other. They play summer ball and fall ball. They play all the time, so they're pretty familiar with each other.
Whereas I imagine boys, it's try to get them off their groove.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You're gonna talk. You're gonna say something that.
But I bet the umps nix that pretty quick.
They keep it to a minimum.
Mm-hmm. Oh, another base hit for Elise Archuleta here. 2 for 3 on the day. Now Paige Pierce stepping up.
Turpin dove in for that.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite make the play. And
yeah, even if she gets it, you wonder if there's enough time to hop up and make the throw.
yeah, I mean, and Archuleta wasn't going further than first. But yeah, you're right. Would you be able to get up and make that throw? It's only 60 feet, like we say. It's not.
And Paige Pierce, she's the one that had that little roller to first that scored Peyton Hall in the 3rd inning for the lone run of the game.
All right.
The Fielder's Choice RBI. I believe that's how you can get an RBI. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not considered an error.
Nope. It's not. She doesn't get a hit out of it. It hurts her batting average, but she gets the RBI just as if it were a ground out, because it really should have been a U3 and a RBI. So it's just a Fielder's Choice RBI.
Tonga Onavai wants to talk to her pitcher here for a sec.
It looks like the shortstop's holding her hand a little bit. I wonder if she jams something diving for that ball on Archuleta's hit.
Maybe it's Tonga Onavai just giving her a chance to shake it off. Was it her left hand?
Couldn't tell.
She took her glove off.
Yeah.
I know. There's the pitch, foul ball. Make a 2-1 count here against Pierce.
Pierce on the season. She's batting .397. That RBI earlier was number 22 on the year. And rips that one to right field.
Right fielder is right there to make the catch for out number 2. So whereas we've seen the Dons playing too close sometimes and that ball gets past them.
Yeah.
I have to say Redhawks outfield has been in the right spots.
Yeah, absolutely the right spot there. Yeah, and you're right. They're both doubles for Spanish Fork. Or excuse me, for Bountiful. You wonder if the center fielder's playing 5 or 10 feet deeper. Maybe she has a chance to track those down, but they weren't punished for them. But just interesting, the different positioning.
Yeah, because you notice Redhawks are playing a lot deeper, but for obvious reasons that the Dons are a better hitting team.
Yeah.
How many double-digit home runs do you have on this team?
4.
4 in double digits.
Yeah, you're 1 through 4 hitters.
Whew.
Ellie Olsen up. She's struck out both at bats today. Part of Stoddard's 7 strikeouts.
Stoddard's got her grandma's genes. I'm guessing that's where it came from.
The grandma.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Dad, and it all comes from Grandma.
Well, and I'm pretty sure she learned a lot watching Big Sisters play too for Bountiful.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 5th, with Archuleta at first. And that is going to go foul, so we'll have a 1 ball, 2 strikes here.
Seeing the ball well there. You know, Stoddard's just thinking, okay, let's get out of this, keep it to 1 run. She's pitched well. I mean, if you had told her coming in, you want to be down 1-0, bottom of the 5th, struck out 7, she's doing her job. Of course, the pitcher wants to allow no runs every time, but
it's the goal. Call ball on that one.
In fact, the fewest runs Spanish Fork has scored this season is 4.
Really?
That was a game against.
That is an interesting stat.
Beat Pleasant Grove 4-0 back in April. They only beat Tooele 5-2 yesterday in their first game. That was an 8:30 game that was supposed to be played the night before, but it was moved because the rain moved there, and so their bats. They had 8 walks in that game. They only had 3 hits, so. But usually this team scores double-digit runs, so I mean, if you say we got them at 1, you'd be happy. So 2-2 count. Ooh. Little high and out.
Did that game just go over? The baseball game?
I'm not sure. I've been a lot of cheering over there.
I don't even see the scoreboard.
Yeah, we don't have a view of the scoreboard.
Oh, we don't?
No.
Okay.
You got to stand up and look.
Well, because there's that big scoreboard that doesn't have anything on it, so that's why I was wondering on it. But
ooh, Ellie Olsen fouls that into the Bountiful dugout.
Okay, so what now? Is this her 3rd time up at bat?
Yeah, she struck out both times.
This is it's her first 2 strikeouts.
But she's worked the count full. 2 out. 4 of Stoddard's 7 strikeouts have been against the bottom 3 in this Spanish Fork lineup. So let's see if she gets another one.
Right across the plate, and she'll swing on it. They'll pick up the easy out.
Ground out to second.
And so at the end of 5, Spanish Fork still just with that 1-point lead. We'll be back after this quick break.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
And we are back here, starting the 6th inning between the Spanish Fork Dons team and the Redhawks from Bountiful. I have such a hard time calling them the Redhawks. Braves just wants to come off, okay?
Yeah. Well, you know, decades of tradition. Leading off, we got Bo Hoff here for Bountiful, number 6 hitter. She's 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out.
I have been impressed with Bountiful's resilience here.
Yeah, they've hung tough. But if you're Spanish Fork and you're Avery Sapp, you're sitting there thinking, okay, we're 6 outs away from winning game 1 and being in the driver's seat going into game 2 tomorrow afternoon.
It has not been easy for the Dons batters against Stoddard. But there is strikeout number 1 here in this inning. 1 out. And here comes number 7. This is Frankie Galena.
Yep, strikeout number 9 for Avery Sapp. I believe for her career she's in the upper 600s of strikeouts. We're talking about a 3-year varsity starter here.
Let's just go look at that. I'll tell you.
I think I had it, pull it up. I think I looked last night. I want to say it was like six. There we go. 622.
622 strikeouts.
I think they missed the 2 games. I don't think they posted the couple yesterday. So she's probably closer to the 640 range, which is
wow.
She's a strikeout machine. Career ERA is 1.45.
That is amazing. Ooh, inside there. That'll be ball 1.
So Frankie Galena, she is 1 for 1 with a walk. She had that double in the 4th inning, but she was left. She actually stole that base. And there we go.
There's another strikeout to add to her 600-plus career strikeout stat.
Let's say she's 641 now. She's
be
really close to that.
Continue that next year at UVU.
Yeah. And Claire Yates steps in, and she is 0 for 2 with 2 of those strikeouts. And really, Sapp has taken care of the bottom of the lineup, as you would expect.
Yeah.
The bottom 4 hitters in this lineup have 5 of those strikeouts and just the 1 hit by Galena. But really, the team only has 3, so she's done it up and down the lineup.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it is a little dark. Over 2. So we can do it at the end of this inning.
Spanish Fork 4 outs away from the 1-0 series lead.
So it's what that is on the sleeve is a B, isn't it? It looked like it was a number 8, and I just wondered if that is a B. And Yates, right to the second baseman.
Tatum Hall tracks it down easy, just on the edge of the dirt. 3 up, 3 down. Retires
the Redhawks batters pretty quick. That was a pretty quick top of the 6th.
That was her first 1-2-3 inning of the game.
Oh, 2 strikeouts and the pop-up.
Yeah, she has not retired the side this game, which is maybe a little surprising, but, really limited damage. A couple innings, a few base runners, but no runs, 3 hits. Bountiful, and down to the last 3 outs. And really, the job for Stoddard here, you should go in to face the 8-9-1 hitters, is keep it at 1. Keep the scoreline where it is to give your team
go into the final inning to get a chance.
Yeah, stepping up for Spanish Fork, we've got Ellie Pinter, Leah Higginson, and then Jade Romero. The first 2, they're 0 for 3 with a walk, so she's taking care of them for the most part today. Just do it again, and then try to find a way to get Jade Romero out. And go to the 7th. I keep saying Ellie Pinter. It's Emery Pinter. Sorry, Pinter family. I've done that the whole game.
I should have.
There's an Ellie Olsen and Emery Pinter back to back.
Emery Pinter.
Yeah,
quick
first
out there on
Pinter. Out. Leah Higginson stepping up. She's 0 for 1 with a walk. Struck out her last time at bat.
Higginson's just a freshman. I think you've mentioned that. But that's still a amazing thing to do, to step in there as a freshman and be a starter for the team. Stoddard's pitch comes across ball one.
If you're a freshman and you're starting in Spanish Fork's lineup in a state championship game, you have a bright future in softball.
What was this about? Umpire come away, yelled something over there.
No, I didn't see.
I don't know what it was. Nobody did anything. That was it. Ball one here. Here comes second pitch. Swing and a miss. Oh, I guess she must have barely touched it. But so foul ball, 1 strike. And Higginson will foul this one off.
A lot of activity over in the
There have been a lot of foul balls over
right
there.
field bleachers over there. Ava Stoddard's got 7 strikeouts on the game. Looking for number 8 here. 1-2 count.
I see those cougar tails down in there. And I go, oh, that looks so good, but what am I going to do with the other 10th or the other 9/10 of the thing?
It's meant for multiple people. Actually, my son loves maple bars. He'd eat the whole thing and then want another.
I actually have eaten the whole thing before,
Yeah.
and I mean,
what
a catch.
Great play by the right fielder there.
That'll be 2 outs here, and Redhawks continue.
McKinley Duria there with the nice play in right. Tracking that down. Now we're back to the top of the lineup. Jade Romero.
And
1 for 2 with a single and a walk.
The Redhawks really do need to come out with some hot bats, though, if they want to keep this game alive, as they've struggled to really even get on base.
Yeah.
They've had one. Galena got in scoring position, but no luck in trying to bring her home. And other than that, they haven't been close to scoring. Really, it has been lights out pitching by Stoddard that has kept this team in this.
Yep, she is looking for her first 1-2-3 inning of the game, like Avery Sapp had in her half of the 6th.
And right up the middle. And so Romero gets on base.
3rd time on base. 2 singles and a walk. And her 1 out was that deep fly ball into right center field.
Oh, that's why.
She's hitting the ball. She's seeing the ball really well in the box.
That's why she's the leadoff
Yep.
as a sophomore. Tatum Hall, the lefty.
0 for 3 today. That hard line out to the second baseman, Claire Yates, in her last at-bat.
Two balls.
Romero's got speed there at first.
She's fast. We've seen her. We've seen it.
Yeah, I'm sure Natalie Jarvis, Spanish Fork coach, is finding the spot to send her. Could be a hit and run.
There she goes. Nope. See, and I thought for sure she'd go.
Well, 3-0 count now. This is.
That's where Stoddard's got to get accurate.
Do you give Tatum Hall the take sign, or do you give her the green light? Maybe send Romero in motion here.
Stoddard likes the call. That's it. That's the one. Here it comes. Right up the middle. Strike one.
See the change up there.
Is that what it was? Was it a change
I
up?
think it was the change up. I don't know if she had the take or not, but she was sitting fastball.
I don't think Tatum would have hit that anyway with the changeup. He would have thrown her off.
Oh.
And now we got a full count.
Worked it full after 3-0. I think we see Jade Romero at first. Should be moving on this one. And Tatum Hall's due. I mean, she's their top batting average.
Swing and a miss. It strikes her out.
Strikeout number 8.
Stoddard excited. We're excited. We're going to be back after this quick break to start the 7th inning.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
The 7th inning is about to begin. I'm Mark Winterton. James Edward joining me in this 5A championship game. Game 1 of this series. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 1:30. And so, hey, tune in for that one, as this game has really just been pitchers.
Yeah.
It's a defensive game.
Stoddard ended that last inning with her 8th strikeout, and of the 6 innings, she's ended it. The third out has been a strikeout for the 6.
Strike 1.
We're starting it out here with number 9 hitter, Miley Burns. She's 0 for 1. She got on with a walk in the 2nd inning, and really that Bountiful needs a base runner.
Well, Sapp 3 outs away from getting the win here for Spanish, as that is ball 1.
Leadoff hitter Melissa Turpin on deck, and then you have JC Alvey.
Here's something you don't see a whole lot, though. Look at the errors there. 1 error by Spanish Fort, 0 errors by Bountiful.
Yeah, clean game. I mean,
and they've had to have it.
Yeah,
they had to have that.
I mean, the pitchers have thrown a lot of strikeouts, so a lot less balls have been put in play. That's contributed a little bit, but
if they want to win this game, they've got to get batters on the base.
Miley Burns did a good job laying off that rise ball by Sapp. Works the count to 2-2, and anything she can do to get on base. Wear it if she has to. That's what the coach will say. And down the pipe. Yeah, she got.
There's out number 1.
Caught with the bat on her shoulder. Strikeout number 11 for Sapp. And Melissa Turpin coming up. She's 1 for 3. She did double deep in her last at-bat. Little chopper.
Oh. With her speed, the nice little, just almost a bunt, you know?
Yeah. Anything to get on.
She'd definitely get on base.
The fourth batter due up here for Bountiful would be Ava Stoddard, their top hitter. They need a base runner first, though.
Got to get somebody on.
Yeah, it looks like that rise ball missed a little high. 1-1 count.
Peyton Hall over there at third. You talk about she's played that third base so well.
And Peyton Hall started as the shortstop last year, and Jade Romero quickly became the shortstop, and Peyton moved to third. And she did so, and it wasn't reluctant. She just recognized. Strikeout number 12. And JC Alvey steps up. She's over 3 with 3 ground outs, and she's the only batter that Sapp has not struck out.
Well, can she find the right spot here now? And she looks like to slap that.
Down to the last at bat, or last out for Spanish Fork.
So it'll win this game, and foul ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike here for Alvey.
3 ground outs for her so far today.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, she's hit 1 to second, third, and short, so she can get the cycle by grounding out to first. That's not a thing, but I just said it as a thing. The ground out cycle. A little low.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Spanish Fork just looking for 1 more out. Sapp's pitch right down the middle, but it is low for ball 3.
3-1.
Good eye, Alvey. And there's Sapp's pitch. Nope, timeout here for the batter. Looked like Sapp had her pitch that she wanted. And now here comes the 3-1. Right at her, and Alvey's going to get on base after you said 3 ground outs.
Yeah.
She finds the spot.
Yeah. On the ground again in the infield, but right up the middle. Like we said, the only batter that Sapp did not strike out today. Reaches on a singles.
Stoddard has done her job on the mound tonight, but now she's got to do something right here at bat.
1 for 3. She did single in the 3rd. Lays off that looked like a change up there.
The College of Southern Idaho commit with the game in her hands. And she misses.
The hit and run was on. The hit and run was on. I wondered if Butch was going to do that, knowing he needs to get a runner at second. Ava missed the pitch, but great speed by JC Alvey to get down to second anyway.
Well, and the throw was a little bit off. It gave her that opportunity to slide in there safe. 1-1 count here against Stoddard. Runner, or tie runner there. There's Alvey, and Alvey takes off to third. Great play there by
Peyton Hall. Like we said.
And the Dons win game 1 of this 3-game series.
A hard hit ball to Peyton Hall, and she ate it up. Made the routine play routine, which you want from your hot corner third baseman, and there we go. That's a wrap. What a pitcher's duel. 1-0.
Oh, complete pitcher's duel. Not what probably a lot expected.
Spanish Fork, fewest runs they've scored all game is 4, and they averaged, I believe, about 9 or 10 runs a game this year. Actually, it's probably 10 or 11.
And here they are, basically almost shut out. Yeah. They get 1 in, and I have to credit the pitching of Stoddard. What an amazing...
Yeah. I think she had 8 strikeouts. Avery Sapp had 12, 20 between the two of them. And they're going to do it again tomorrow?
Yeah.
Go head-to-head.
So tomorrow we'll have the 6A game at 11 a.m. and we'll have this game 2 of this, at 1:30. So we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.